Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Ooga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane. How's it going tonight, Sally?
It is going great. We had a really nice weekend. They did a walkthrough at the Queen's basement. The Haunting Live podcast guys did a walkthrough through the Queen's Inn basement. They got special permission. And some of the footage, my producer was there with them, and some of the footage of that creepy basement is on my channel in case you want to see it. And just a reminder, in October, Halloween weekend, October 29th to the 30th, we will be having the Ghost of the Queens event. And that will start on Friday night with a dinner and speeches, followed by a pajama party with Chris from Haunting Live and your queen giving mini readings in their pajamas. How about that? And on Saturday, it's workshops all day. The day starts out with a workshop on mediumship with Mary Ann Kennedy from the Ghosts of Dufferin County and beyond. And then there will be an Angels workshop based on Kyle Gray's work by Chris from Haunting Live. And finally, there will be a workshop on reading playing cards with your queen, Sally Diane. It will later on that night, we will do a walkthrough of some of the more haunted rooms, and we will use some of the equipment, the ghost hunting equipment, if you will. And finally, we'll have a seance chaired by your queen, and that is $140 for the whole event. The supper, the speeches, the mini readings for those staying at the Queen's, the workshops, the walkthrough, the ghost tour, and the seance. And also the Queen's Inn has put in a nice block of rooms. Most of them can accommodate up to 4 people, so you can get a good price on your room and you can share the cost to keep the cost of your accommodations down. I hope to see you all there. Anybody who's interested in attending can contact the Haunting Live podcast. Go to their Facebook page or send an email to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com, and I'll send you all the information how to register for the Ghosts of Queens event. A few more things I wanted to show you guys. I have a new bag for my Pamela Coleman Smith deck that's made for me by Nature's Creations, and that's Amber, and she made this for me. I'm really fond of it. She made it lickety split. It's nice to have a handmade, a custom-made macrame bag. Anybody who wants some custom-made macrame stuff, she specializes in wall hangings made out of driftwood and macrame. You can just go to Nature's Creations website. Also, if you remember last week, I promised everybody that those who sent me an email this week, I would get to their readings first. So let's get started with our emails. The first email is from Jessica Love, and Jessica asks, when will I get married, and will it be to Sarah Vannon or someone else? Well, I'm glad you're willing to accept whatever the spirits tell you. And I'm going to pull out the Pamela Coleman Smith deck, the Smith Waite deck. And, boy, you've got one. The Two of Wands just came flying out. And the idea of the Two of Wands is that sort of ideas not formed yet. You know, you've got one firmly here. You've got one firmly, attached to you, but you've got another one that you're considering, and you're just thinking about the world of possibilities in front of you, which that might be a good place for you to be, to be open to all the possibilities. Although it does seem like you do have a good contender there for marriage, and it does feel like you are going to have your choice as to what you want from marriage. So I think this card is advising that this is a time in your life to consider what you want from a husband. Okay, so cut the cards into 3 piles to see what else the cards have to say to you. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. You've got the Page of Pentacles dead center. The Page of Pentacles is sometimes the bearer of a message. And it just feels to me like this is telling me that you are going to get a proposal within a year. We'll see what you think of your proposal. Okay, when I look into the past, there's this idea of childbirth, new beginnings kind of being clouded. So I think that maybe you've had a false start here, and a part of you says, oh, I'm never going to get married, I'm never going to have children. I don't believe that for a second. I think that you need to quit telling yourself that. Nice. Okay, so you are going to get a proposal within a year, and the Six of Swords tells me, why don't you let things play out for about 6 months? Because the very first thing you were told is that you're going to have a choice. So play your cards a little close to your chest and wait until you get through summer before you make your mind up about where you want to be forever. Forever is a long time. Okay, so we have one more email. I only got 2 emails. And if anybody wants to be read first next week, remember to send an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com with your questions. Also remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Please tell all your friends about us, and also like us. That helps us with our YouTube analytics. Okay, so our second question is from Lovebug. And Lovebug says, will my oldest son stay with the woman he is with now for the rest of his life? And will he have children? Okay, so looks like Lovebug would like to see her son grow up, move out of the basement. Just kidding, Lovebug. Okay, so. Lovebug's oldest son. What kind of future does he have in marriage? Okay, so. Yes, you have the Pope, the Hierophant, whatever, dead center, and there's that idea of going to see the preacher, and you have 2 figures in front of the preacher, and since the initial question was marriage, yes. So that's a hard yes there. What works against, it's funny you have this picture of marriage, but it's in a negative connotation. Let me see what's positive. Oh, okay, never mind. There really is no negatives here. It says that, yes, he will get married. Yes, he is ready for it. And so I'm pretty sure, just because of the stability that I see around here and the idea that everybody's looking at like he's got what he wants here. And there's this feeling of happiness and satisfaction. So, yeah, he will. And I'm not sure whether you asked for a win, but I'm getting the number 9, so I would imagine we're looking at September. And I'm getting that in 2 places. I'm getting it right here in the 9 of Cups, but I'm also getting it when I add together the 5 and the 4 in the 4 of Wands and the Hierophant. So September it is. And thank you so much for writing in. Again, anybody else who would like to be read first, just send me an email and you will be read in order of how I received your emails. Okay, so I know that everybody's here just waiting to talk to us. Oh, one more thing. I hate to interrupt, but this is such happy news, and it's personal. I have to share it to you. I have to say a special congratulations to my niece Alexis on her engagement. She got married. She got engaged less than 2 hours ago, and we are all just so excited. They're just a lovely, lovely couple, and they've just been wonderful together for so long. And I know they're going to make an awesome husband and wife, and hopefully awesome parents too. Okay, so thank you for indulging me there. And who's next, honey?
Hi, everybody. Suzanne is first.
Hi, Suzanne.
She was having a discussions about improving her family relations.
Oh, yeah. We were having discussions earlier about that. Okay. Well, we'll see what the best advice the cards can give you. I know it's not easy right now. I'm afraid the cards are just going to tell you to run and hide, but we'll see. Okay, so what should Suzanne do for family relations? Okay. So dead center, you've got the high priestess, but it's a high priestess reverse. And the thing with the high priestess is that she talks about the things that we conceal. It's the secrets, the hidden knowledge. But when she's turned upside down, that talks about secrets being exposed, things being brought right out to the forefront. And I think that what she's telling you is that this is a time to expose things. This is a time to, say your piece and no secrets, no BS. You've got, sometimes this is called the wish card, but it's negatively aspected. And in the fella in this card is kind of self-satisfied. I always think of him as the guy the cat that ate the canary kind of grin. And just by where it's positions, it's telling me that you always need to remember that your ego is not your friend. And ego and anger kind of fall into the same category. And they do come out a lot in family in family arguments, because you've got a whole dynamic there and a whole power, a whole different set of power struggles. It's more complex when it is family. And this guy right here is saying you gotta bring the ego out of it. You gotta bring the ego out of it. You gotta bring the anger out of it. Be very careful. Speak your truth and make sure you say the truth. Also keep in mind that the truth is not saying mean shit about people that happens to be true. Is that a 1? Nice. The 7 of Wands is the most positive thing. And the guy in the 7 of Wands, he's managed to rise above things. You see how he's kind of holding everybody at bay, and he's got his own little spot there. Yeah. No games, no secrets. Be honest in everything you say and stand your ground. Don't be proud, don't be angry. Stand your ground and rise above the pettiness. Rise above the pettiness as much as you can, and the 7 of Wands being right here tells me that you can. Okay, so thank you, Suzanne, for tuning in. It's nice to see you.
Patricia 555 wants to know about a job, some bookkeeping work.
Bookkeeping work for Patricia. Well, there's always work for a good bookkeeper. Okay, right in the middle you have the Queen of Swords, but it's the Queen of Swords reversed. So I want to recommend that you double check your resume and also maybe change your references, because it just seems like there might be somebody working against you there, and I think that it might be somebody that you used to work for. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe your last boss is a little resentful about you leaving. But having said that, the card that I want to look at for you, the wish card, that says you get what you want. you get it, and I think you get it fairly quick. So update your resume, change who your references are, figure out who it is that you can't trust here, and you can get them out of the mixture, because there's something very good here for you. Okay.
Well, that was a reading for
Patricia 555.
Patricia 555. Next, we have Amanda, who would love a love rating.
Love. Oh, love, 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 love. You know what? I think that for love, we'll do the runes.
Because they're so gentle about that.
Yes, they are. All right. Okay. And so when I look in the near future, there seems to be some obstacles as far as love, but it's kind of like you have potential here, but there's obstacles. But there's still, whatever's going on in your life, whatever you're building, whatever you're working upon, even though there seems to be a stall there, it's well aspected to succeed. I think it's just at a funny spot right now. You might have, one person might have reached a more serious level than the other. Something's happened to create obstacles here, but I'm getting this in the long term. Whatever relationship is forming in front of you that just seems to be stalling has potential for success. And this one right here, Nothus and Tyr together, that's constraint and the truth. And so this tells me, no, it doesn't mean constrain the truth. The thing around constraint is it's like think about the future. And so you really need to make sure that the things you say today are true, because even if it takes 2 or 3 years for a lie to come out, people don't like being lied to, especially somebody who thinks you're honest. If they find out that 2 years up the road that you lied today, that's going to taint your relationship and everything. So even if it's difficult to be honest no matter what. That's the most important thing. Yeah, you've got right here, you have Manes, which is like two-way success, just like this is joy and success. This is two joy and success, right? And it says that it was, whatever was happening around you was on fire, but now it seems to be stalled. And the stall is, okay, like I said, I'm not sure whether it's you or him. It's probably him. Somebody figures that this is just getting too serious too quick. So it's be patient right now. Don't push your luck, but know that the relationship that's forming in front of you has good potential. It looks good for the future. Yeah, definitely don't lie, even little white lies. No lies, no lies, no lies. And I see that right there in Thorn. And Thorn is kind of talks about how things can get out of hand really, 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 really quickly. And this is the truth. So it's saying just be careful there. Be dead honest in relationships, even if you think it hurts you. Yeah. By the time you reach fall, you'll find things moving forward the way you want them to, and there will be more talk about commitment. So the relationship that's starting to form around you right now that seems to have cooled still has a real good potential for success and for being a very strong, long-lasting relationship. So this is the final word. Yeah, the final word is Gebu, which is gift, which talks about serendipity. So this tells me that even though you might have frustrations in the short term, be honest and know it's going to take you to a place of great joy. You're on a good path.
All right. Well, that was awesome. So I'm going to jump ahead here and have a little message for Jojo. Jojo, if you're concerned about taking the COVID vaccine, you need to talk to your doctor. Sally will not answer that question. This is just for entertainment purposes only, folks. Don't take any of this too seriously. And because Sally is not a lawyer or a doctor or anything like that, she's not going to give you that kind of advice.
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
I'm very entertaining.
Yeah, she's funny most of the time. See?
That's one.
Amy wants to know how long she's going to be in her current apartment. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, please. Okay, so I'm bringing out the maybe Lenormand deck. And I first saw this. Denise at Spiritual Growth Tarot uses these. And I like watching her. She's entertaining as well. And I just fell in love with these cards. Okay, so this is for, who is this for again?
Amy.
Amy. Amy's apartment.
Sorry, I'm just reading all the chats.
I know, I miss out on the chat. As soon as I'm done, I run downstairs and I watch it just so I can watch the chat. Okay, so let's see about your apartment. I feel like all I need is 5 cards here. Oh. Okay, you said how long am I going to be in my apartment? And you're getting 2s and 3s here. I think that you might be looking for something else. Because, you know, you show up dead center. So you're the prime woman. So it's like it's up to Amy whether she moves or not. But just by asking, it's like, yeah, she wants to move. And I look on either side. And you're looking toward a man. So I think that you might be wanting to move closer to somebody. And on the other side, you've got the lion, which is strength, which is... the lion's also a hunter and tends to get what he hunts. So it says, yeah, you go out and look and you will find an apartment, and it'll only take you a period of 2 or 3, and I think that's 2 or 3 weeks. And I know that we might not have the best housing market, but right now you're just in the right place at the right time, and you show up dead center as the prime woman right there. And it's 1, 2, 3, easy. Easy peasy Japanese. All you have to do is go out and look. Okay.
All right, well, that was that. Next, we have Haunting Live Podcast, who wants to know about their summer.
Ooh.
Oh. The summertime.
I have never been so glad to see summer come.
Otherwise, copyright infringement.
Okay.
We're back to the Lenormand?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I like the Lenormand. Okay, so Haunting Live Summer. And remember, everybody, to like, subscribe, tell all your friends about me. Make sure that you visit our channel and watch some of the other videos I have up there. And also, if you want to be read first next Sunday, make sure you send me an email.
The address is on the screen.
Yes. So, Haunting Live Summer. Okay, so there is, okay, so I like to start out with bad news and then everything else is good news. And overall, you've got a good summer. But, and this is a big one, you are going to be dealing with illness and possible, you may have somebody that ends up in long-term care or hospice or something along those lines, because this feels like an illness that's life changing. This is something that I'm pretty sure this is one of the older people, because it just feels like it knocks somebody down a peg or two. So somebody, has an illness that confines them. So there's that, and that's enough bad news. That's something you'll have to deal with. But overall, you two, you've got you've got something about money coming in. So there is some money and some. I think you might get more gigs over the summer, something along those lines. Because when I look at this ring, the word commitment comes through. And of course, you're already in a committed relationship. This feels more like it's attached to money. So that's where I get gigs coming through. Looking at these two, sometimes the world just looks at you through rosier glasses, and you're going to have that this summer. For some reason, your charm level and your appeal is way up. So this is a time for you to get out there and for you to, put yourself out there. It looks like whatever you're doing with, like anything to do with the governments or institutions, goes well for you over the summer. Also, I like what I see in the area of relationships and partnerships. It looks like there's a lot more harmony there, which is awesome, which is absolutely awesome. And it ends on a nice note. You've got the King of Spades, but you've got the youth here. And, it's a kid playing baseball, but it talks about feeling youthful, feeling energized, feeling inspired. This is going to be a good summer for you, except for this part that you'll just have to deal with. Every life has some drawbacks. So my heart goes out for you here. I'll keep you in my prayers and what have you. But everything else I see for the summer is good. So you've got 70% good, 80% good, 80% good.
Not an auction, is it?
Sure.
Anyhow, next we have Christina, who wants to get pregnant this year.
Didn't we read her before?
There's lots of people named Christina.
This is true. Okay, so.
And she's got Alvarez down as the last name, so that does not narrow it down at all.
Okay. So, last one with the Lenormand. We're looking at Christina and pregnancy. Oops.
I guess that's all he is, the one card.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got. This is a cat, and the cat has 3 little kittens. And this tells me that as far as you're getting pregnant, you're not going to get pregnant just once. You're going to get pregnant 3 times.
This year?
Not this year. But the first thing that came out is how many times you will get pregnant and how many children you'll have. As far as getting pregnant this year, yeah, 555. So May. Well, looks like you'll get married. You'll get pregnant in the fall. Just because I'm getting 5, it feels like 5 months, and plus that, it feels like right now in the short term, whether you're getting, whether your chemical levels in your body are off or whatever, something's creating an obstacle here. And when I put these 2 cards down, the metal and the little guy in the grape tub, with the wine glass, it just tells me that I when I put those two down, I just got the feeling of something purging, something health wise, something letting go, or you making some sort of dietary changes, But it's like whatever is blocking here, some changes that you're making in the short term is going to unblock it. So then you get that 5-5. It goes forward. It goes forward fast. It happens in a 5. It happens in a 5. And this, you got the little cherub and the little baby too. So I'd say 5, give that 5 months. September, yeah. No, that's October. October.
Sure. 22nd, right? Okay, anyhow, that was for Christina. Next, we have 222 Shareful, who wants a house. Is there one?
Well, of course there's
Lots of houses. Is there one she can afford?
Well, it's not just a matter of affording it. Anybody that buys a house is making a long-term commitment, and you have to make sure that's the right place before you commit your time and your effort and your hard-earned savings. So here's what the runes have to say about a house. Okay, so we have yeah, from the start you have ancestral gods. So I think that you might have been getting you've been getting advice from maybe some of the older generation, and maybe it's a good time for you to stop letting it go in one ear and out the other and listen to what some of the old folks have to say. It just feels like this pool of advice, this pool of wisdom is there, and you're not tapping in on it. So look to the older generation. There's somebody that can help you there. But this right here says you may not see it now. I get that in Pertho, which is Dice Cup, which is the unseen, but it's also the aspect of luck. But this is Iwaz, and Iwaz is the rune of the hunter. So it talks about getting what you want. So yes, you're going to get what you want. And there's actually there's also an element of the unknown. So that it's kind of going to something unexpected, whether it's unexpected, an unexpected lead is going to come your way, but it's going to be the one you love. And that happens. You've got Jera here, and Jera is harvest time. So that tells me that happens before the fall. Yeah, this is... I know that you're already working on cleaning up, maybe cleaning up your credit reports or something. This tells me that you have to be careful about things from the past coming back to haunt you. But that is over and above everything else. It's a very small thing. So that's what leads me to believe that it's something small and stupid that you can take care of. So double check everything, double check your credit score, double check, and see if you can't find out what that little thing is that might be a pill in the ointment. I know that's mixed metaphor, folks. Okay, so yeah, this talks about This talks about working in agreement with somebody else. So you might have to get some creative financing, or maybe have some extra guidance or help from maybe your banker or your mortgage agent or your real estate agent or something like that. But there's this idea of you working in partnership with somebody to make it happen. And this is Kenaz, which is torch, which is fire, which talks about things moving forward fast. So once you get the right help, it moves forward fast, and you are on a path to success. You've got 2 over here, and I think this is kind of a long term. Oh yeah. Okay, it says that as soon as you get yourself home, that's when you start working on relationships.
All right. Next, we have Marianne, who would like to meet someone on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. beverage break. Gives everybody a chance to go over to the settings and hit the like button. Better yet, why don't you share our video?
Please do. Share it with all your friends.
Leave comments about what kind of videos you want to see.
Okay, so we are looking at what?
Marianne, Vacation Love.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Vacation Love. So, and I'm using the playing card oracle here. And just a reminder, I will be teaching a class on how to read the playing cards at the Ghost of Queens event. And I did get a deck of playing cards from our friend Marcy, who's back from Florida.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Right here, and this is the deck that I'm going to be using as teacher. I got it from the playing card company. It is a regular playing card deck, but it's also a transitional deck, so it's got some other stuff in it, just like this one does. Okay, so we're looking at
Marianne, Summer Love.
Marianne, Summer Love. And I've been teasing her. Oh, okay, Summer Love for Marianne. Oh, I hope you get hearts all the way across. That would be wonderful. Okay, so let's see what the Oracle has to say. Clubs. I don't know about clubs. There's a heart. And there's another club. Okay, so Summer Love. And there is a couple there. Okay, so what I see for the summer, it's got a lot of air around it, but there is love. There is love here. You've got you've got the Page of Hearts there. So it is a vacation fling. I hope that's all right. But those are always fun. Because your vacation fling is much fun as it is, and boy, is it going to be fun. It tells me that after your vacation, once you get back and get your feet back on the ground, you're going to find the one. So enjoy your summer fling, and know something even better follows it. All right.
Those clubs represent wood, right?
You're hilarious.
Marcy wants to know about outdoor activities in Ontario.
Marcy, thank you for those cookies. Oh my goodness, she sent us, in addition to the playing cards, she sent us, I think it was 3 dozen cookies. It had to have been. We both ate an insane amount of cookies. So the next day I came down and had to package them in little bags of 6 each and put them in the freezer just to slow down the amount we eat them. They're so good. All right, so outdoor activities. Woof. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, we got black cards. I don't like to see that. Okay, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's still going to be restrictions because it feels like you can't put your wings out completely until you get into August. So they're going to be really, really, really careful about it. But yeah, August to September. Everybody pray for a long summer.
Okay, yeah, well, Peel region has 18% positivity rate. That's just insane.
Yeah, I know.
Anyhow, next we have Lisa Love, who would like a 3-card week reading.
Okay. So, Lisa Love. And after this, I'll go back to the tarot. Okay, so this week for Lisa Love. Lovely Lisa Love. Interesting, interesting. And we saw those 2 cards before. Okay. So this was this week. this week you have a lot of air, so I really feel like it's not like it's going to be it's not going to be all sunshine and lollipops, but that's not the kind of week you're looking for anyway, because you show right dead center as the 10 of spades, and there's this lady here, and I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. But the idea is this is who you intend to be this week anyway, and it's a bit of a huntress, if you will. You know, you've got your goals set in your mind, and the winds of change are blowing in your favor. Let's put it that way. You've got the 8 of clubs here, and the 8 of clubs here talks about evolution, where you are getting stronger and you're moving things forward faster, and you're becoming more and more of an action person, and that works in your favor this week. You can start something new. So this is a good week for you to speak your truth and start something new.
Okay, that was a reading for Lisa Love. Next we have... Oh, I lost my spots.
Oh,
there we
no.
go. Channel on a reading for the week involving my neighbors, and that is for Terry Davis.
Okay. And I'm pulling out my old friends for my old friend Terry. This week, and Terry's neighbors. And for those of you who have troubles with their neighbors, Terry's not like that. I think that she's concerned for her neighbors. And the card that came flying out was the moon reversed, and the moon's about illusions. The moon's about what's beneath the surface. And I think right now your neighbors may be having issues this week because some of the stuff that's beneath the surface is bubbling up to the surface, and that might not necessarily be a good thing. Whoops. But don't worry about it. It's part of their healing process. You know, sometimes you have to purge. Sometimes you have to rip off a bandage and go through a difficult spot for healing to happen. And the cards are just jumping out. Don't worry about your neighbors. They need time, they need space right now, but it looks like they will be moving forward this week. And this week ends with some positive movement forward. Okay.
Next we have Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie.
Looking for that special someone? Again. Those cards are just flying tonight.
Yes.
I did not make them slipperier.
Bonnie, whatever you're doing, you got two very powerful cards that came flying out of the deck. One is the Star, and the other is the World. And if I was to pull this deck apart and just pull out the two cards that you would want to see, these would be it. Sometimes things take time. Sometimes love takes time. But don't be impatient, because everything is unfurling as it should. And what you wish for and what you want in love is coming to be. You have the Star of Hope here. And there's also this idea that of the world, and the world is having everything you want. It's kind of having your cake and eating it too. And another thing that I notice about these two cards is that the figures, in addition to being long blonde hair, are naked. And in the tarot, the naked talks about vulnerability. So I think this is a time when you can be vulnerable, when you can let people see a little bit of what goes on below the surface, where you can show emotion. But as far as love, it's growing around you right now. There is nothing you have to do except put one foot in front of the other and enjoy every day.
All right, well, that was for, I forgot already.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, yes. Next, we have Grace S. It's a reading
Hi,
for May.
Grace. Oh, okay.
3 cards.
3 cards it is.
The way it's going, they're going to just fly out. While Sally's shuffling and throwing cards around, give us a like.
Okay, so the first card that came flying out of the deck is the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands talks about kind of being in a defensive situation. But the problem with it being in a defensive situation is you're not moving forward. So I'm not entirely sure whether standing in the same spot is a good thing or not, but it sure is going to be easy to stand in the same spot in May. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the money could be distributed a little bit more in your favor. And I think that May brings you an opportunity to kind of the visual that I'm getting is somebody with a money bag and you tearing a little hole in the money bag, like there's one coin coming out at a time and you making that hole a little bit bigger and more coins coming out. So whatever money source you're tapping, you can tap it a little harder. Good. Yeah, this is, I know that the past few months have probably taught you to move slowly. And yes, you could move slowly through May, but I think that it's a time for you to kind of give yourself a shake and become a little bit more active. Double on your pursuit of money and know that in May you're going to have an opportunity come your way. And it's up to you to grab it. And I think you should. It shows up as being a very good opportunity.
Okay, next we have Haunting Live podcast with a second question. Who was the male spirit that came into a room last night with a heavy, deep voice? Apparently I was sleep astral traveling again. Ooh. Anyhow.
Yeah, that was someone young.
Someone young.
Yeah. Well, page turned over. The Page of Pentacles, to be exact. So it's someone young, somebody deeply rooted in the... oh, I know. It may have been the senior David Pinkney, because I know that he was around. I know that he lived in... Yeah, he lived in the room right below you for a while.
He wants to know what you're doing in the basement.
Probably. Yeah, this is someone that doesn't speak up too often. And I would say, yeah. I would say this is somebody who doesn't speak up too often, and you tapped into one of his secrets. Ooh, that's why he came to check up on you.
That's why they have to join us October 29th and 30th for Ghosts of the Queen's Inn.
Yes.
You can find more information at hauntinglivepodcast.com, or you can send an email to the address on the screen. Let's go. Who's next? Thelma wants a general reading.
Okay.
Nope, never mind, general. Somebody else. I need a new company name. Will I come up with the name personally, or should I stay with what I have? Or will someone else help? Rebranding.
You get the Seven of Wands reversed. And the Seven of Wands is about getting on top of a situation. And I think you're trying to get on top of a situation, but I don't think you're taking the right path there. Yeah. It's not your name. It's that you've lost. It's kind of like when I see the Hermit, ill aspect is kind of like, hey man, go back, right back to the beginning as to why you went. Just what your original mindset was. So somehow you've lost the plot. And it's not in your name. It's you've lost the plot. So you need to revisit why you went into this business, why this business, and what you wanted to achieve. Yeah, there you go. That works out perfectly. And I notice it's 7, 8, 9. So you start out with 7 with just a little concept of things turning upside down, but it's saying that if you get back to your roots, it brings you right back into balance. So somehow you've forgotten why you're in business in the first place, and that has something to do with your name. So I would say, no, don't change your name. Change your attitude, change your perspective instead.
Start your own YouTube channel. Next, Jojo would like a general reading.
Okay, so hi Jojo. That's the second Jojo we've had.
The same Jojo.
It's the same Jojo. Well, that's okay. General reading for this week. Let's just see what the week has in store for you. Okay. It starts out with the Ace of Wands, which talks about a new idea, a new beginning, but it's something that really excites you and involves you. A lot of times it talks about an enterprise, but I'm not feeling like that. I'm just feeling like it's more social than that. Yeah, it's more social than that. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, did Jojo ask about love to begin with?
No, you want to know some medical question first. Now she's just wondering what's up with the burning bush.
I don't know why he calls it the burning bush. It's the Ace of Wands. And yes, I have my own special name for the card, but we won't talk about that. But the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands together tells me that you've got and wands, the suit of wands in tarot is associated with fire. So this is talking about something that gets your passions going, but definitely has more of a romantic feel. So I think that we've got something hot and heavy happening between you and a young man, and there's a little bit of warning there that even though your job's stable, it feels like you're stable around money, there's a warning that this might be a bit of a distraction. So you must be in early stages where they're on your mind all the time, because you definitely got something full of lust happening here in a fun way. I'm jealous.
Like I was saying. Naya.
Hi, Naya.
Any messages on my living situation? Very weird energies with my 2 roommates lately, and I was wondering if a move should be happening. If you're asking that question, the answer is yes.
Yeah. Let's go with a leaner mon on that one.
You don't want psycho roommates.
Definitely not. Yeah. you've got the first thing that flipped over was this all-seeing eye, and it's kind of telling me that you see more than you realize. So your spidey sense is telling you something. So a little sloppy about it, but that's okay. Okay, so if it was going to be like in story fashion, it feels like, at first it seemed like the perfect combination. You got the three fish together, and that just seemed to work so well. And of course, there's a key there, but now there's obstacles happening, and you're starting to get weird energy. And of course, weird energy goes right to the sickle, which is destructive. So whoever you're getting weird energies from, if it's both of them, it's both of them. It turns from being optimistic to being destructive. And finally, it's semi-abusive. So it's kind of like there's just a group dynamic here that doesn't work out well for you. It feels like you're at the bottom of the totem pole there, which is not where you want to be. But, and this is within a 3, you're going to get a bead on something else. So then instead of feeling like there's stuff that you don't see, stuff that you don't know, suddenly you feel like, okay, this is a better situation for me. And it's a lucky situation for you, too. So somebody, and this might be one of your friends, you've got somebody around you who's kind of pushing you along and saying, why don't you look here? Why don't you look there? This person has some pretty good advice. So I feel like your friends might be urging you to get out of this situation. So your roommates might be creeping out your friends too, or maybe some of the stuff that's happening. Because as I'm looking into this, it just feels like there's kind of inappropriate boundary things happening, and that is a prelude to emotional abuse. So this tells me that by June, you find something, and it's through luck, it's through friends, you find something that you absolutely love. And it works out very well.
So to wrap that up, Naya, pretend you're in a horror film. Get out.
Yeah, somebody gets your spidey senses going. There's usually a reason for that.
You don't want anything to do with bad roommates. I've been down that road in my life, and it's just a frustration that's not worth having. Anyhow, moving on. Wow, look at that. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock, so we're not taking any more questions other than what's already typed out. And next we have Heart's Love, who wants to know about Jackson.
Jackson.
Not Michael either.
Well, I was thinking about, there was an old song about Jackson. We're moving to Jackson.
Well, no, in this case, Jackson's a guy. And Heart's Love wants to know, what are Jackson's feelings? You need to do that eye roll again.
What eye roll? I didn't roll my eyes. Okay, so Heart's Love of Jackson. Oh, okay. Interesting. when I look at this, and the Lenormand kind of sets out things in a story, and sometimes even if you see a disaster on the road ahead, you still should take the road. It's kind of like Missy Scarlett's horses needed to be led through a burning Atlanta to get to something that wasn't on fire, right? So sometimes there's a good reason to go through fire. And I do see that right now there's like this, this guy on a high horse, handsome guy coming in, so I'm assuming that's Jackson, right? And you've got the garden here, so he looks good, the garden looks good, everything looks good for a while. But then there's a shattering. Don't be mad at me, I'm just a messenger. Then there's a shattering. So why do I tell you should go with it anyway? Because in the midst of working it through, and however you work it through, this path leads you to marriage and commitment. So I don't think it's Jackson, but I think along this path you will meet Mr. Right. So I encourage you to continue to go after Jackson.
Alrighty, that's awesome. That was for Heart's Love. Next we have Sonia.
Hi, darling.
I'm not sure if it's the same Sonia, since she seems to be changing her thing every week. What's coming her way in finances?
Yeah, that's
Money,
Sonia.
money, money.
You have to be careful about that money desperation thing, because
The
the
self-feeding horse.
yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah, no. Nothing chases money away more than money worry. Sometimes we forget that money is just illusional. If humanity in general suddenly said, you know something, those slips of papers mean nothing, then money would be useless. The only reason it means anything is because we all agree it does. So, Sonia and money. What can we do to help Sonia with finances? Okay. Sonia finances. Sonia finances. Oh, good. You've got the World Dead Center. That's a really good card. So it looks like right now is a good time for you to pay attention to what's right in front of you, because you can set yourself up for a long time if you play your cards right with what's unfolding right now. It does feel, and I know, because you've asked about money, and that's usually somebody who's going through some sort of recovery period, because it does say that you have gone through a recovery period, maybe where you haven't been able to be able to spend money on what you wanted, where you felt like you didn't have, like you only had like 3/5 of as much resources as you needed. But positively speaking, yes. Okay, so you've worked for it, you've looked for it, you've been putting in for either, whether it's a new job or a new position, whatever you've been asking for that will bring more, that whatever opportunity you've been asking for that will bring more money into your life, it is coming your way, and it's coming soon. So don't worry about money, Sonia. You set yourself up, it will unfold right for you.
Well, there you go, Sonia. We have a few more questions left. Next, we've got Colleen, who loved your videos with Lavina.
Wasn't she a wonderful person?
It was awesome. It was fantastic. Colleen wants a few readings, a few cards for May.
Okay. That'd be my pleasure.
Of course.
Okay. All right, so the Fool, even reverse the Fool's a good card. The Fool says, reach out for the opportunities, and sometimes we're afraid to get hopeful about things. We're afraid to dream because we're afraid of being disappointed. Well, balderdash to that. It doesn't matter how high up you fly your hope balloon, whether you fly 10 inches or 10,000 feet. It's still going to feel just the same if you get disappointed. So dare to dream, dare to hope. Reach out, reach out, reach out. Okay, so the Five of Coins reversed. So I think life has taught you to be independent. And I feel like some of the people that you've relied on during your lowest times have let you down. And that's made you an independent person, but it's also put kind of a shell around you. Positively aspected. You have the Eight of Cups, and it's reversed, but still on the positive side. So it says that, positively speaking, now is time for you to pursue your dreams, even if you think you're being selfish. Go ahead and be selfish at this point in time. You haven't been selfish enough. Grab the opportunities there in front of you. Dare to dream, dare to pursue what you want, even if those around you tell you you were selfish. It just feels like you haven't gotten the support that you needed, but right now you have the strength to move forward and find your own direction yourself, so do so.
Okay, well, next we have Neji. Yeah, Negi wants to know about her future with Arian.
Okay. Hey, plus
While
Arian.
Sally is shoveling, just a reminder that all readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you want to send Sally any messages, there's an email address on your screen. There goes those cards flying out again.
Yes, and it got a good one too. Got Sun. So right now it looks pretty good, but this is a time for you to, there's a lot to be said for happiness and gratitude. And sometimes when relationships seem to be growing, sometimes we want to push it forward a little bit, and we forget to stop and enjoy the little things in relationships. And when relationships are young, that's when it's the most delicious, isn't it? I mean, when we were first going together, we'd have kisses that lasted 5 minutes. It was wonderful. And you're in that spot, so just enjoy what's in front of you right now. Be happy, be happy, be happy.
I didn't realize I was on a stopwatch back then.
Well, you weren't. It's just that you remember how long our kisses used to be.
Yeah, well, until neither one of us could breathe.
Yeah. It was awesome. Now we're older. It's like, now we'll say we can't breathe. All right.
This is a reading for Negi regarding Arian.
Yes. And you've got the Three of Coins reversed in the center. So I think that there's still a bit of work to be done to this relationship as far as balancing it out. But that's okay. You've got that potential. So just relax and enjoy it. Just relax and enjoy it. Be very careful with contraceptive. This is not a good time for you to get pregnant. Although that time will come. You are on a really good path. It looks like you've gotten off to a rough start. You got the cards telling you just relax and enjoy it now. So this is the point where you're just building up your happiness. Just wallow in it. Don't worry about where tomorrow leads you. Which, by the way, it leads you in a good direction. There is babies. There is marriage down this road. It's just make sure the babies don't happen too fast.
Well, that was a reading for Negi regarding Arian. Next, we have our last reading for tonight, and it's going to Brooklyn. Will my crush, Bryson, and I get together? Will we end up together? Brooklyn, Bryson, she's crushing on him.
You know, that sort of stuff is usually a two-way street. Feelings toward another person don't come out of nowhere. It's called chemistry. Whoops. That one wanted to fall out.
Or now it's called Swipe Right.
That's 2.
No, we're already at 3.
No, I didn't give you 2 yet, did I?
I lost track.
Okay, so that price. Okay, so this is a relationship that wants to produce a child. The pregnant lady shows up right off the top. And you've got the 6 of Wands, but you've got it reversed. So, yeah, you need to get some needs to be some more stability. This is, oh yeah, it's still a crush. It's still a crush. That's why. That makes sense. And it is a two-way crush. There's a lot of lust going on here. There's a lot of lust going on here. Yeah. I'd say you're looking over the next month to 6 weeks. So you're looking June, July. There's some real chemistry, and it's two-way. So just make eye contact and smile. Say hi to him.
Well, Brooklyn, I hope that helps you out. That was our last question for tonight.
Anybody who would want a private reading with me, please send an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. I am offering readings either on Facebook Messenger, FaceTime, or Skype. And so just send us a message, and we can make an appointment for either a half hour or a 1 hour reading. I offer both. Anybody who wants to be read first next week, remember to send an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. Those who send me an email will have their readings done first. Everybody have a great week. If you haven't been vaccinated, go out, get yourself on a list, get vaccinated. Let's all be safe.
That's it. That's all. Have a good night, folks. Have a good week. Cheers and be well.